Hey, I'm Paul Chrism. I'm your happiness expert, and here it is, the beginning of a brand new year, 2022 and all its promise. And this video is all about our ability to choose to renew ourselves. And yeah, it's cliche to start the year with New Year's resolutions in the sense that we have to become better. And in fact, that's even one of the issues with the self-help industry in general, this idea that we're broken, that we always have to be fixing something. And so I want to start this video with the idea that no, we're not broken, we're beautiful. There's more about you right than there is wrong with you. There's more about you that's gorgeous and luminous and wonderful. And yet, there's still always an opportunity to take advantage of this time to reflect and say, where is it that I'd like to make an improvement or two or gain something in my life that I don't have presently? And so this video is going to be some practical suggestions about how to just go about doing exactly that. Transitioning from this liminal space and into something new. So stay tuned. As a coach, public speaker, and best-selling author, I teach topics just like this one all around the world. So stay tuned and I'll give you practical tools that you can use to make both yourself and those around you both happier and more successful. So it's 2022 and we have this opportunity to make improvements and make big changes and become the incredible Hulk or the most gorgeous person on earth or super smart at something. And there's all these pressures to be something big and more than you are. And that can be daunting. And maybe I could offer you this opportunity to examine your life from a bunch of different categories. And maybe by looking at these different categories, you might find places where the invitation feels easy and welcoming. And so as this shows on the screen, think for yourself, which parts of your life might you want to do some work on? And the interesting thing is here, when I'm often working with coaching clients, I emphasize the areas that are already strong and do some work in those areas so that you feel excellent and empowered by these areas of strengths. And usually if we can, in more detailed coaching conversations, we often go very deep in the analysis of the different areas of our life that have deficits and the areas of our life that have lots of strengths. And if we can find a minute area of deficit in a broad area that's otherwise strong, that's often the most opportune thing to take advantage of. So for example, if personal finances was something that I was really on top of and feeling really, really good about, and then in this one detailed aspect I'd say, oh, am I maintaining a monthly budget? I said, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. But if I took on that one little teeny task, would that be then an area of true mastery and expertise and excellence in my life? And if that were true, would that be really empowering to feel like, yeah, I've got this one part of my life completely taken care of, I'm acing it, and therefore maybe there's something I can look at in other parts of my life that may be inviting and rich to work with once I feel excellent in certain existing areas. Does that make sense? So if you're feeling encouraged by this and see some category in your life you want to work on, well, go for it. Make a plan to do something a little bit different. But again, I think you've heard this in past videos of mine. I would encourage you to start really, really small. Take on the smallest of tasks instead of saying, I'm going to lose 50 pounds and look like, the biggest, strongest dude ever or the most gorgeous bikini model. That kind of stuff is crazy. Maybe it's I'm going to lose 5 pounds in the next 2 months, that kind of thing. Start small. And keep in mind that this whole idea of starting on a journey that's only a tiny bit different than the path I'm on currently. And what a big difference that can make. If I'm a big ship in the ocean and I'm going to make a 1 degree shift, well, instead of heading up in London, I'm going to end up in South Africa. Does that make sense? Just a tiny little shift and we end up in a completely different place. So start with that in mind, that you want just a tiny little shift. And maybe another encouraging thing to think about is don't go it alone. Bring a partner along. Find somebody in an online community or friends or family or an accountability partner to feel like you're doing this journey to this new renewal place, this new you, where you've got the support of other people around with you. And then thirdly, I might encourage you to think this way, and that is that we should really be thinking about doing stuff that brings us joy. What is it that you want to do and change in your life that can be fun, that can be attractive to you, that you can get excited by? Because if it's drudgery, it's going to be pretty hard to stay motivated to do this thing that you want to do. So if it's fitness, we'll find something that's really, really fun. I think you guys have heard in past videos, I'm super into hockey right now and I'm having a great time playing hockey. Well, that's a sustainable pattern of exercise for me that's really easy to do because I'm motivated to go for reasons other than self-improvement. And finally, this thought. When it comes to this renewal we want, this ability in 2022 to be a bigger, better version of ourselves, we maybe ought to expect setbacks. You know, there's lots of research that shows this, that as people are trying to engage in some new pattern of behaviors or build some kind of new habits, that when there's a setback, we often get so discouraged that that's the time when we quit. You know, we don't show up at the gym one particular day or one week and we go, oh, you know, this was a terrible idea. I never keep my New Year's resolutions, and we bail because we feel like we failed ourselves. Well, if we can build into our plan this idea that on occasions we will not succeed in the thing that we're trying to do, but see that those lack of successes on any given day are mere tiny setbacks, and that the expectation is that we'll have further opportunity to pursue that which we really want. And when we have that in mind, that setbacks are natural and a part of the process, then we feel free to go on from the setback and carry on with our renewed area of life that we're making these improvements in. Hey, from Las Vegas, I'm wishing you the best of 2022. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of content, click the like button and share it with your friends and family, and you'll make the world a little happier. So please do. Thanks so much. Bye for now.